Sure, absolutely. So, a little bit about me. My name is McKenna Eager, and I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's degree for information technology at Missouri State University. Before that, I served in the United States Navy as an electronics technician, and that really sparked my interest in systems, networks, and solving these complex tech issues. I have always been a naturally curious person, I would say, and I do love anything that lets me mix structure with creativity, and fits so perfectly in there. Outside of school, though, I really enjoy learning. I love to read, I love to write and cook. I also love to spend time with my cats. Mm. Okay, yes, absolutely. I believe my coworkers and supervisors would describe me as someone who's positive, dependable, and highly organized. Once I get started on a task, it's game over. I'm focused, I'm efficient, and once I've committed, I'm going to see it through to the end. I've also been described as pretty steady under pressure and quite adaptable, especially when it's something unexpected. In the Navy, I was trusted to handle highly classified communications and systems and materials. And in my opinion, that requires a certain level of reliability and consistency in behaviors that you have proven. Even before I was officially made a work center supervisor in my job, I was given the responsibility of guiding junior sailors, which absolutely helped me grow as a leader and a problem solver. And I do think that it was the combination of my drive, structure, and flexibility that made me someone that people can absolutely count on. What motivates me? What motivates me is actually solving complex issues and problems, especially when people are at stake. There is something about knowing that my work directly affects someone that really motivates me. In those situations, I almost get tunnel vision, or I call it flow state, and it's where I'm able to work incredibly fast with total clarity. I'm also someone who thrives uh, when a task has structure, clear guidelines. I'm incredibly thorough by nature, which means having like a framework to focus or direct my energy works best. Without it, I do tend to overthink, and that's because I'm always trying to find the best solution. Not the first or the easiest, but the best. At the end of the day, when the stakes are high and the structure's in place, I lock in and I give it everything I have. And that combination, people depending on me, a clear system with guidelines, and a complex challenge, that is all I need to keep me incredibly motivated. What a great question. Absolutely. How do I handle stress? Um, I will. I would say I found that one of the most stressful things for me is when I feel behind, especially during fast-paced training environments. I do not learn quickly in a traditional sense. It takes me a lot longer to absorb new material, but I am very, very thorough. That's because I'm a bottom-up thinker, which means I need to fully understand the individual components that fit together before I can understand how that system functions. Once I understand something, though, I retain it deeply and I can teach others immediately. During my naval training, the slower pace I learned at did stress me out, especially when I was surrounded by a bunch of fast learners. But I did adjust, and I did it by staying disciplined, asking for clarification when I was confused, and by carefully choosing a successful mentor that helped guide me through my hands-on training. Over time, I realized that while my learning process is slower, it makes me highly reliable and confident in high pressure situations because I know the material cold. And honestly, I've begun to view and learn that stress is actually a signal that I'm in growth mode. And I've learned to tap into that. Yeah, absolutely. In 5 years, I see myself in a leadership role within IT. Ideally, managing or mentoring a team while continuing to work pretty closely with infrastructure and user experience. I have always thrived in leadership roles, and that's because of my strong communication, my extreme organization, and my problem solving skills. I'm especially motivated when I know the work I'm doing is affecting someone directly and helping people directly. And in the Navy, I actually got firsthand experience with this when I was able to teach an impromptu class to senior sailors how to adapt to updated and changing technology. That hands-on experience showed me how much I enjoy guiding others and making complex systems easier to understand and more accessible. My long-term goal is actually to grow into a position where I can lead with purpose. And I want to be able to support my team in any situation, as well as contribute to building efficient, user-friendly solutions that really make a difference in the day-to-day lives of ordinary people. Thank you so much for the opportunity for this interview. Have a wonderful day.